Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and I don't normally love to do stories on mainline events, but when there's so much nonsense out there in the public arena, when I'm looking at really just propagated bullshit start to finish on this, and when I have to smack my head and say, why are we not talking about the real issue? Instead, we're not impeaching Trump because there's nothing to impeach Trump on. No. There's an impeachment inquiry. There's another inquiry. I mean, people like Schiff, he's going to force us. No one has to force you to do anything. You've wanted this guy out of office before he was there. And that is very real, okay? I don't like playing these left-right politics, but there are power struggles within. And now, because of this Ukraine scandal, which is not a scandal on Trump's part, okay? We're going to get to that. The idea that this whole Ukraine thing is new. I did a video on the Ukraine scandal with Joseph Biden and how crooked he was then, back in April, when there were just a few media outlets talking about that. And we're going to get into it. But let's look at the next piece of imagination land here.
At the Capitol, I'm announcing the House of Representatives moving forward with an official impeachment inquiry.
After holding out on impeachment for months, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said President Trump had violated his oath of office.
So let's stop. First of all, there is no impeachment. They're not impeached. This is an inquiry into something he did, and I'm glad he did. Let's stop and go back to what this is all about, okay? Joe Biden's 2020 Ukrainian nightmare, a closed probe, is revived. And now, oh no, they've revived the probe. But if you looked, this wasn't news, okay? Biden bragged about this. Essentially what happened is his son is crooked, no kidding. And he basically threatened, there it is right there, not to give $1 billion to the Ukraine if he didn't have the country's prosecutor general fired. This is real. This is something Biden 100% did. And for We Are Change, Joe Biden's real problem is the Ukraine. Covered it 5 months ago. Wasn't the president of the United States. Had I talked to somebody in the Ukraine, I would have said, hey, why can't we revive this? The president does it and it's interfering in elections? What fucking universe are we living in? And I'm sorry for cursing so much, but this, impeach the MF. That's what's trending on Twitter. That's the trend, guys. You got it? All right? It's unreal to me. And now we're going to get into something. Here is a video where he sits next to Richard Haass at the Council on Foreign Relations, right? Where he brags about it. He's Joey B. He's international MFing gangster Joey B. He's not telling you need a record player for your baby, okay? He's telling you, I'm on a plane in 6 hours, take it or leave it, fire this guy. I told you you better fire him, and you didn't. You want that $1 billion? You let me know. Gangster. All right? And listen, this is first of all embedded in a 52 minutes of a 60-minute presentation on globalism. And basically, again, we talk about the Council on Foreign Relations. We talk about the true power structures out there. We talk about how Hillary Clinton joked about how they would get their policy advice right down the road when the Council of Foreign Relations came to D.C. All right, this is a long-time roundtable organization that brings people in, for sure. And there's different levels. And I know a lot of people are going to say, Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard's in the CFR. That's not one of her better qualities, I'll tell you that. And by the way, she's qualified for the next debate, and I think that's a very important thing. But here we go. I want everybody to listen what comes out of Joey B's mouth.
So I got Ukraine, and I remember going over convincing our team, or others too, convincing us that we should be providing for loan guarantees. And I went over for, I guess, the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee. And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't.
Let's stop. So here it is, Joey B wanting the leader to take action against the prosecutor who was going after his son, Hunter, in a crooked deal. Now, he says there was already a prearrangement. No one has an issue with this. Now, here's where it's gangster talk from Joey B.
So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, I said, I'm not going to, we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting $1 billion.
So there it is, gangster talk. And notice the audience laughs. This is okay. This is accepted. You're not getting $1 billion. You hear me? You want to investigate my son? I'm Joey mother effing B. Why don't you send your daughter in here? I might want to touch her up inappropriately before the press conference. Why don't you do that too? All right, so listen to what else he says. Now he's going to give a time limit. He's on a plane soon. You better cough it up.
I said, you're not getting $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours.
Oh.
If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not.
Look at the little smug look at the underling over here. And look at Richard Haas is like, that's how we do business. Look at this little smuggy. Little smuggy over here. Oh, I'm Mr. Smuggy. Let's continue.
Not getting the money. Oh, son of a bitch. Got fired. And
oh, well, son of a bitch. I said, fire the guy or you're not getting $1 billion. I acted like a gangster and I pulled my weight around. And of course, for $1 billion, they weren't going to investigate my kid.
And they put in place someone who was solid.
So, yeah, someone who, wouldn't investigate my son. All right. So this video, you would think, because, the media is so good that it was everywhere, right? In April, people, you've seen that, right? When I type in Biden threatens Ukraine, there are 7 million results. This is Google for the videos. All right, you can go try to check the other ones. You see that video anywhere? You see a bit and snippet of it in the first page? I think it's less than 10%. Definitely less than 20 go beyond the first page. Huh. Oh, he says he's never spoken to his son about the Ukraine deal. Sure. Uh-huh. Well, that's the second one, right? Oh no, Giuliani. Third page. Where's that video? Come on. It had to be everywhere, right? Fourth page. Fifth page. The sad thing is, this video you're watching, tops, what's it going to get? 5,000, 10,000 hits, maybe a little bit more than likely not. Probably in the 2,000 to 3,000 person range. There's about 100 people watching live right now. And most people don't even understand that this video of Joey B bragging about threatening the leaders of the Ukraine over $1 billion loan because they were investigating his crooked son never gets talked about. Instead, they're going to impeach Trump for talking to the leaders about this investigation and pushing for it. It's nonsense. It's ridiculous. Listen, if we were talking about going after Trump, impeaching him for a 14-part indictment on Julian Assange, an Australian citizen who has done nothing illegal, we could talk about that. Or jailing Manning in a double jeopardy situation after Manning's sentence was commuted, we could talk about that. Or him vetoing the Congress and Senate's decision to get us out of the Yemen situation with Saudi Arabia. We could talk about that. We could talk about a lot of things if you want to talk honestly about Trump. But instead, they want Russian collusion. They want obstruction of justice. They want rigging elections by exposing Joe Biden for being a crooked piece of shit. It's bizarro world. I just don't get it. And that's why this has never been about left or right to me. It's always been about right and wrong. If you like what I do, I'm a documentary filmmaker, Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture. Joey B, by the way, big time in Fabled Enemies. Learn how he covered up the Pakistani connection of 9/11 in that video. It's free on my channel. If you're new to this, we're doing 3 to 7 videos a day on all sorts of subjects, from NXIVM to Epstein to geopolitics to unpopular things like calling out big pharma, big agriculture, aka GMO, right? And subjects that matter. Mind control, MK Ultra. We talk about it. A lot of people do not. So if you like what I do, thumbs it up, share it. Again, subscribe, join the Burmese Brigade, and if you can, 5, 10, 15 bucks, it means the world to me. I don't need $1 billion. I don't need Joey B money, but I do need to survive. So I want to thank everybody who has given me anything they could and supported my channel just by sharing this content. With that being said, I love you guys, and I will absolutely see you on the flip side.